Hi Scorpio, welcome to your January 2024 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on when I post new content here. Happy New Year, Scorpio. I hope you are doing well. It is January 4th as I am recording this. We are in Capricorn season. We did have Mercury stationing direct on January 1st, hallelujah, although we are still in the post-shadow phase. So there could still be some Mercury retrograde shenanigans about. We're going to have quite a few planets in Capricorn this month. We have Mars went into Capricorn today, January 4th. January 11th, we have the new moon in Capricorn. January 13th, we have Mercury going into Capricorn, and January 23rd, Venus goes into Capricorn. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so it's all about structures and discipline and sacrifice and power dynamics. Right now, Pluto is still in Capricorn, although it will be transitioning into Aquarius on January 20th. It's a pretty big transit that astrologers have been talking about for a while. I believe Pluto will dip back into Capricorn sometime in the fall, but don't quote me on that. I should be looking it up, but I keep forgetting. But Pluto will go back into Aquarius in mid-November, and it will be there for the next 20 years. So it's a pretty big transit. It's going to have some pretty interesting ramifications with regard to values of the collective and sort of global issues, but I digress. All right, Scorpio, so this will be a general energy reading for the Scorpio collective for January. This is not a personal reading, so put yourself where you go, take the messages that resonate, and leave the rest. If you are interested in a personal reading, Scorpio, I will link my details below. Please note that the only way to book a personal reading with me is via my website. I will never reach out to you directly to solicit or consider you for a reading, and neither will any other legitimate reader. This is my only YouTube channel, and all of my social media handles are exactly the same, at the Path Illuminated, all one word. No special characters, no numbers, no punctuation, no spaces. So please be aware of scammers and imposter accounts. And like I always like to remind my viewers, trust your own judgment and discernment. This is your life. You know it better than anyone else. And remember that you have free will. So if something comes up in the reading that you're not super happy with, remember that you can change your perspective, how you deal with a person or a situation. And we are constantly shifting opportunities, energies, and timelines based on how we engage with the world around us. All right, Scorpio, let's get going. Thank you, angels, spirits, guides, and ancestors. What are the most relevant messages for Scorpio at this time? Thank you, angel, spirits, and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant messages for the Scorpio collective. What messages, spirit, do we have for Scorpio? Thank you, angel, spirits, and guides. Let me just get the clarifying deck here, Scorpio, before we get too far into it. Shuffle. Again, if the messages resonate, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment. Let me know how it's showing up for you. A way for me to pick up on your energy is for you to engage in an energy exchange with me by engaging with the content that I post. It's also a great way to pay it forward to any content creator that you appreciate, that you feel their content provides value, is to subscribe, like, engage with the videos by commenting, because it boosts the channel and the algorithm and helps other people to find us. So I appreciate your consideration. Spirit, why is the Page of Wands here for Scorpio? Oh, that is way too many cards. Just one or two, please, for the Page of Wands, Spirit. Thank you, angel, spirits, and guides. What messages? Why is the Page of Wands here? Why is the Page of Wands here? Again, too many cards. Yes, Spirit has lots to say to you, Scorpio. Why is the Page of Wands here? Sorry, y'all. But, okay, perfect. Perfect. I do my best to not make these videos too long. Interesting. Why is the Three of Swords here? It's your card, Scorpio. Why is the Knight of Wands in reverse here? Okay, why is the Hermit here, Spirit, for Scorpio? I'll pull some more cards, but let's get going. I'm just going to take a sip of water, Scorpio. Okay, so Page of Wands clarified by the Five of Wands. There's a new journey, a new opportunity, a new path available for you. This could be love, although I'm getting work and life purpose more so than anything. But it's all interconnected, and all of you are going to be in a different place. Whatever this is, there's something that you want to pursue. There's something that you're being pulled toward. It's something that will require you to tap into your passions, tap into your fire energy. This is a fire card, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it also requires you, to a certain extent, kind of dealing with some conflict, clarified by the Five of Wands. Moving into January, whatever it is you're going after. I don't know if this is like an internal battle, Scorpio, because that's kind of what I'm getting. I'm kind of getting that you're fighting with yourself about this new beginning, this path that you are being drawn to. Now, interesting, Three of Cups. I think like you want to focus on the good, which I appreciate. You want to be surrounded by people who love and support you. And it looks like you have people around you that do love you, that care about you, that want to celebrate with you, that support you and have your back, right? Three of Cups. Maybe this is like indicative of your inner circle, right? Maybe it's like a couple of really close friends or family that you share this passion with. There's something you want to move into. There's something you want to move away from. There's something new you want to move into. And they're really supportive of you. But I see you hesitating to go this route. And I think one, I think you're fearful of being in a place where you take on more than you can accomplish. I think that maybe you are afraid of moving away from an old situation. Like if this is work, I would say that if you're looking to leave a job or a career, like the people that care about you are very supportive of you doing this. But I think you're the one that has doubts about walking away from a situation. You don't want to deal with any haters, any naysayers. But also, again, I still feel like this is inner conflict. I think this is like, when I saw it, it was like all of the voices in your head. When you get into this energy of like, you know what? I really want to do something different. I want to do something new. It's like you're fighting with yourself. Now, there, again, like there are people that they want to support you in this endeavor. They believe in you. But I think that you're having maybe a hard time letting go of some fears about potential outcomes in the future. And maybe you're not necessarily acknowledging how overwhelmed you've been. Three of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Death, which is your card. You're afraid of being hurt and disappointed again. But the Death card to me is like a kick in the ass from the universe saying like, hey, Scorpio, don't you remember who the F you are? Don't you know that you are death? Don't you know that you have the ability to transmute and alchemize any disappointment or heartache that comes towards you? Can't you look back at your past self, Scorpio, and look at past disappointment, past pain and suffering, and say, you know what? I learned something. I came out on the other side. I didn't physically die. Did I have to die to an old way of being? Did I have to die to an old pattern? Did I have to, let a relationship die because it was disappointing me? Yes. But that's part of life. That's part of you. That's part of your power, is being able to take the heartache and to take the disappointment and to transmute it into something new, right? And something with the Death card is like, every new beginning comes from some other beginnings, and there's no life without death. There's no death without life. If you want something new, you're going to have to let the old die. But I still see you hesitating. I still see you afraid of moving away from a situation that is clearly not working for you. Again, whether this is a relationship or a job, Scorpio, it's like you are having a hard time fully acknowledging how burdened you've been. It looks like your throat chakra is closed. You're afraid to speak your truth. You're afraid to trust your instincts. You're afraid to trust yourself. For me, the Hermit is advice. This is like, you need to take a step back, Scorpio. You need to go deeper with yourself. You may need to take a break from whatever activities have been filling your time to get real with you about who you are and what it is you want and what is stopping you, Knight of Wands in reverse, from moving forward and to taking action towards your dreams. It's like the page is the beginning of this new path, right? And if you can get to this Knight of Wands, you actually will be taking action toward where you want to go, whether it is away from a relationship, a job, a career path. But I think for me, it's like the universe is like, look, other people believe in you. Why don't you believe in yourself, Scorpio? Why are you not able to see past disappointments and betrayals that you've overcome as an accomplishment instead of it being a story of victimhood? Does that make sense, Scorpio? It's like we get to decide what our past means. And we can decide, you know what, well, I'm, because this, that, and the other thing happened, I'm just like, bad luck just follows me everywhere I go and nothing ever works out. And if you believe that, it's going to be true. Or you can say, hey, this relationship didn't work and this person was a liar and a cheater and they manipulated me. But you know what? I freaking learned something. And now nobody can get one over on me because I've learned to trust myself. I know my value and worth. And by being in this relationship that broke my heart, it helped me realize that I didn't see my own worth. And so I'm doing the work to understand who I am and to speak up for myself. But it's like, you can, right? You can make the choice, Scorpio, right? You have free will. You can decide that the way that it has always been is the way that it will always be. Or you can let that go and say, you know what? I don't care what the past has been. I trust myself. I'm going to let this job, this career, this relationship, I'm going to let it die. It needs to go. I haven't been acknowledging that I've been doing all the work, that I've been killing myself. I haven't even been feeling confident to speak up for myself. I haven't been able to set proper boundaries, right? Whatever the situation is that you've been stuck in, that's been stopping you from moving forward, the Hermit is about you going into yourself and taking a step back so that you can get real. You're definitely struggling. Eight of Swords with overthinking. This is a mental prison, but you are not trapped, right? It's, again, if you think that you're trapped, you will be trapped, Scorpio. If you believe that this is the only job that you can ever do, even though it's sucking your soul dry, that will be true. If you believe that if leaving a relationship that's no longer satisfying, you're going to end up alone, so you'd rather just settle for somebody that doesn't actually make you happy, that will be true. But that's a decision, right? And you can decide to stay where you are, or you can realize that there are people that see the potential in you that you're not seeing, and start to go within and ask yourself, what is it within me that is stopping me? Why am I having all of this inner conflict? Ten of Swords in reverse, you definitely having a hard time letting a cycle end. I don't know if it's just like you've gotten so used to putting up with a toxic work environment or an unhealthy relationship dynamic that you don't even have the vocabulary to say the truth because you're afraid. It's like sometimes we avoid speaking the truth to ourselves and to other Scorpio because we know what that means. It's like if I acknowledge that I'm unhappy, if I acknowledge that I'm overwhelmed, if I acknowledge that I want to be with somebody else, or I want to be alone, or I don't want to do this job anymore, that means I have to acknowledge that it's over, and then I have to do something about it. So instead, I'm just going to pretend like everything's fine and just complain about things but never change it. Four of Cups, again, this is like focusing on things that are no longer working, so much so that you can miss an opportunity that the universe is providing for you. But if you can take this advice, Scorpio, to go within, you have the opportunity to work through this. It's just that there's a lot of inner conflict, and you need to get really, really clear on who you are, what you want, and what you deserve, and stop being afraid of past pain coming back. You have choices that you need to make. You need to be balanced, and you need to trust your intuition. You see this infinity symbol here between the two coins here. This is about trusting your intuition. This is also an 8, and we're in an 8 year, and it's about doing the work that you need to do, making the hard decisions you need to make so that you can come into balance in your life. Spirit, any additional advice here for Scorpio? Any additional advice? Queen of Cups, this is all about you focusing on you. The answers lie with you choosing yourself, Scorpio, with you putting your cup first, with you acknowledging how you feel, even if it's scary, you tapping into your intuition, learning to trust it, and realizing that when you invest in yourself and when you pour into yourself and do the things that help you feel fulfilled, whether it's hanging out with friends that love and support you and remind you of the badass that you are, whether it's going to yoga, whether it's, taking yourself on a beautiful hike on the weekends, to make sure that you're doing those things to fill up your own cup, right? As like, especially for a water sign like you, Scorpio, I'm also a Pisces sun and rising. You can't just be in this mental energy. You literally will drive yourself crazy. And it seems to me that you've been neglecting yourself in the sense that you've not been trusting your feelings. And again, I think that this has to do with past pain. It's like in the past, you made some choices and decisions that put you in some really painful places, and you have some trust to rebuild with yourself. And I do think your friends are going to help you by being a mirror. because the people that love and support you are going to remind you of how strong and powerful you are. But until you fully accept it, and until you understand that the medicine that you're seeking is actually in acknowledging the truth, no matter how painful it is or how long you've avoided it, you're not going to come to a place of balance. But the Hermit and the Queen of Cups for me is your main advice on how to get through this month and to deal with some of these blockages within yourself and in your energy and your mental space is go within and start pouring into yourself. Start doing the things that are going to help you feel more connected to your heart, to your soul, and to your intuition. Because I think you've been neglecting it for a long time. And I think you need to forgive yourself for your perceived mistakes in the past, Scorpio. It's like if you learn a lesson, like I was saying, if you learn from a relationship that was toxic, if you learn how to set boundaries, if you learn how to speak up for yourself, if you learn how to identify red flags after that relationship, it was not a waste. You can forgive yourself. You need to remind yourself that at that time, whatever the situation was, whether it's a job or a friendship or a romantic relationship, you did the best that you could at that time. Now that you know better, do better. And you know, one of the best ways to do better is to start trusting yourself, Scorpio, to forgive yourself and to fill your cup up so that you have the emotional fortitude to work through some of these mental blockages. You can't just be in your head all day, Scorpio. You literally are going to drive yourself crazy. You need to find that balance between your head and your heart and realize that actually there's a lot of wisdom in your intuition. It's just a matter of you learning how to be okay with accepting the truth. And I think it's about you shifting your perspective. It's like the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off, Scorpio, and you need to accept that. The medicine you are seeking is in the truth that you are avoiding. I just pulled a card from the Soft Cosmic Concepts Oracle deck, and we got Illumination. Light from flames will begin to illuminate everything around you, revealing how things truly are. Yeah, the truth is going to be revealed to you, even if you've been avoiding it. And then it's just a matter of you either going to keep it real with yourself or not. Potential outcomes, events, deception, revelation, secrets. This card shows up when things may not be as they seem. Truths may come into light during this time as secrets become revealed. These revelations may be shocking or even painful, but they are needed for you to plan what you can do to move forward. See how the situation looks in the light and go from there. Yeah. I think no matter how much you may have been wanting to avoid an ending, Scorpio, it's like the longer you avoid it, the more likely something is going to happen to make it so clear that you can't run from the truth, even if you perceive it as unwelcome or painful. It's happening for you, not to you, but you're the one that needs to shift your perspective with regard to this. Pulling a couple cards from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. I honor what I want to feel. Feel your feelings, Scorpio. I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. If you keep focusing on what didn't work out, Scorpio, if you keep focusing on what didn't work out and you say, well, nothing ever works out, it's going to be true. If you want things to work out, you need to shift your perspective and your energy. My vibes speak louder than my words. You can say that everything is okay, but at the end of the day, deep down, you know that it's not. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. See yourself for the first time, Scorpio. Not the way that broken relationships, broken promises, toxic work environments have made you feel, but see yourself for who you truly are and actually trust it. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. If these messages resonated, please give it a like, give me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.